murders are down 25%. Armed robberies remain down at 33%. Non-fatal shooting incidents are down 16%. Non-fatal shooting victims are down 17%. Carjackings continue to remain down, standing at 44%. Again, this doesn't mean that there has been no incidents in the city of New Orleans. What it does mean is that the men and women of the New Orleans Police Department continue to be boots on the ground and providing the services that's needed to protect our community, and we're seeing steady progress. Absolutely through civilianization, additional resources and tools that have been activated, meeting our officers where they are, protecting them, because hey, if they're not safe, we're not. But this has been intentional, and again, a holistic approach to public safety in the city of New Orleans, and we're continuing again to see progress, and we'll continue to be on that path. The New Orleans Police Department, again, once again, demonstrates that we're leading here, leading the charge, and really showcasing its position in this country and really in the world as a first-class police department. And I'm proud of the women and men, and I just say thank you. Always an opportunity. Confirmation hearing, as you know, a full house, I would say. Chief Kirkpatrick is on the dais, or at the dais now, before the New Orleans City Council. As you know, the confirmation process is that activated by the New Orleans City Council, and I'm proud of how she's representing herself, representing her experience, and representing how she is the leader of the New Orleans Police Department. I look forward to her leadership and clearly that continued progress of the New Orleans Police Department, focusing on, again, the men and women that are making it happen every day. I want to switch here just to a saltwater intrusion. I just wanted to touch on that. Again, we're seeing the wedge, as you all learned this morning, has retreated 5 miles back. Of course, that's good news. We're just continuing to see good news relative to the intrusion. However, again, it's not a matter of if, it's when. We are on the front lines of climate adaptation, and we're making sure that we're advocating every step, looking forward to leveraging resources and strategies, quite frankly, to ensure that we're mitigating any impacts to climate and the impacts on the city of New Orleans. Algiers, we know that that timeline shifted, showing up November 23rd. We remain, again, focused on providing safe drinking water, as the Sewage and Water Board has done and continues to do daily. Not only testing, but again, the strategies ready to be deployed in the event we need to respond. And we are, and leading in that effort. Job 1, there's a grand opening on tomorrow, just showcasing how the city has been intentional, creating a space, a safe space to engage all those seeking employment in our city at every level. And we're excited that there will be a job fair tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. At the city's official, again, workforce development office and leadership team that will be boots on the ground, ready to meet our people where they are, activating them to workforce training and opportunity, job placement opportunities here in our city. You know, as I've always said, nothing stops a bullet like a job. So again, being holistic in our approach to public safety in our city is where we will continue to be. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, John, and we'll go through questions.
Starting over here with Axel, see if you have a question.
Yeah, sure, hey, Mayor. One of the questions we had is just about, there's been some talk about permanent solutions to the saltwater intrusion situation. As you mentioned, you know, we expect it could be a problem in the future with climate change. What are some of those permanent solutions? What conversations are happening maybe with federal officials?
Sure, so we've shared, right, in terms of the pipeline, in terms of the installation of that. We've shared that it is leveraging resources. Of course, the federal government has been embedded in those conversations, but not just conversations. Actual work is happening, meaning we are leaning in all parties at every single level, really looking at a solution across the board, a permanent, because again, it's not a matter of if, it's when. These are the opportunities that we can go big, even as the governor encouraged us to do as a state. The city of New Orleans, all of our partners, we're taking that on, head on, and making sure that we're advocating and working with the federal government for a permanent fix. Not a matter of if, it's when, and we're wanting to be prepared.
Yeah,
Mayor, if the council proceeds with a vote next week to remove your communications directive, will you take any actions in response to that?
The city council is going to move forward, I'm told, with their process. And Gregory Joseph, who serves as the Director of Communications, is the Director of Communications.
If they vote to remove, will you take any legal action, file a lawsuit, will you hire him back?
Again, I'm standing with and beside hardworking city employees that continue to show up every single day to do the work of the people. Mr. Joseph is just one of them.
As far as the Army Corps saying that the parish does have more time, you guys have not been affected. I know you're waiting on Thursday to put plans in place. Is that when we will get an estimate on what the next step is?
I don't really understand your question. I'm
Are
sorry.
you guys waiting till Thursday? I know you're waiting till Thursday to go.
Who's waiting? I don't
The
understand your
Sewage
question.
and Water Board is waiting till Thursday to see what the Army Corps says. Do you guys plan to then put out your strategy plans going forward with the saltwater intrusion?
So the strategy has been put forward. The strategy is one that is being embraced, looked upon at the federal, state, and local level as a real solid, viable solution. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is planning to come out with updates on tomorrow. That is at the federal level. We will continue to work with all partners to ensure that we adapt to climate that has already changed.
Deputy Issue?
Just to kind of back up off of that question, you mentioned that you're standing behind Gregory Joseph. What exactly does that mean? Because I know he was asking, lawsuits, or are you going to rehire Mr. Joseph?
First of all, Mr. Joseph is a person, okay? He's here. Respect number one. That's what I do. I will stand by my city employees that continue to show up and do the work on behalf of the residents and visitors of the city of New Orleans. That's what it looks like.
But what exactly is that?
Is what I'm doing right now. Demonstrating support of a city employee and all employees that show up and do the job. Standing by them, ensuring that dignity and respect is number one. Thank you.
Fox 8.
And I think this came up downstairs a few minutes ago. What really stood out, what really made Kirkpatrick stand out from the other finalists, specifically Michelle Woodfork, and you were choosing her to be next superintendent?
So you said something happened a few minutes ago?
I believe Councilwoman Helena Moreno asked specifically.
I'm not there. I'm
Right.
here.
I'm also here.
Okay.
They're just asking me to ask you, what was in your decision in choosing Kirkpatrick over Michelle Woodfork and other finalists? And
So as I indicated previously, I embraced fully the process that was recommended by the New Orleans City Council, asking me, all members, to move forward with a national search. We did that. Listened every step of the way, went very deep in the community, did a national search, cast that net very wide and very far, which landed and yielded a great candidate, meaning the chief of police right now, and that is Superintendent Kirkpatrick. 35 years of experience, really unmatched. And we're lucky, I would say, to have a leader like Kirkpatrick who stepped up and wants to join the New Orleans Police Department family and lead us into the future. And so I'm excited. And when you think about what you're asking me, what is it? If you have boots in the chamber, I think that it's demonstrated experience. It's live and in person. It's almost a master class going on.
And how has the rest of the department reacted now that she's interim superintendent? Have you been getting a lot of feedback from that?
Absolutely positive, showing up, doing the work every day. That's why I'm very confident, not only in our ability of the men and women to continue to show up and continue to show results, but also embrace leadership, one that they know that is solid and sound and can lead us into the future. And that's what this is about. Experience needed for today.
Deputy Issue?
Ms. Kirkpatrick had mentioned that she wasn't going to be transferring anyone from the very beginning, like for the next few months, trying to just get her feet on the ground and try to get going. Has there been any transfers within MOP when it comes to different ranks?
As it relates to executive leadership remains in place and responsible, again, leading the department, men and women showing up, doing the work, getting the results that we're all proud of.
So it could have been smaller ranks that were being moved around, or?
Like I said, in terms of executive leadership, which is what we spoke about, no one coming in, no leaders being moved, that's exactly what we have, a full complement of our executive leadership that continues to do the job and show results.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.